everybody, and welcome back to episode 16 of my Madden 16 Ultimate Team series. So this is a two-part episode. We've got two games in this one. The first game, we're taking on someone who's completed the Style Master and has the pre-order pack OBJ. And here, Eddie Lacy bouncing outside, breaking one tackle, juking back in, and he will be brought down at the 42-yard line after a 19-yard rush to start the game. So we'll now hit him with the read option as he bit in. We'll juke out Glover Quinn there on the user, and Marcus Mariota's up down the sideline. He'll get pushed out at the 19-yard line. So Mariota goes off for a 39-yard rush on his first carry of the game. 2nd and 6 now. Foster up the middle. He'll fight his way forward for the first down yardage, giving us 1st and goal. Now we got 3rd and goal on the 1. We'll pitch it outside. Dree Archer, he will get there easily as the run commit was to the middle for the first score of the game as Dree Archer hits the, powder throw celly there. So now on defense, 1st and 10, first play of the game, Matt Forte gets the pitch out. Forte will go up the sideline. Forte will get 12 yards there on the carry as he went out of bounds. Now my opponent's faced with 3rd and 14. He's got a bunch of routes coming across the field, dumps it off underneath, and we missed it, but Amukamara comes back and gets the huge tackle to hold him to a 4th down. So now we got zones all over the field, and the pressure gets there as Mario Williams will bring down Tony Romo for the sack on 4th down, and we take over on my opponent's 24. So 1st and 10, Eddie Lacy right up the middle, and Eddie Lacy will give us a 1st and goal down to the 6-yard line as he has 3 rushes for 40 yards so far. 2nd and goal, dropping back, the blitz is coming, we dump it off to Eddie Lacy, and Lacy will go in for a touchdown. Both running backs have touchdowns so far in this game, and Eddie Lacy goes in for the 2nd score. We are now at 14-0, so my opponent has the wheel route coming out. Great pass there as he fights forward down to the 43. 2nd and 5, pitch out coming, and Forte will get the edge. He's not even the fastest guy, but he was just outrunning my guys in the game. So Forte, he's got 4 rushes for 30 yards. Forte got the angle route and complete to bring him down to 4th and 1 here, which we will see if we get, and he goes right up the middle, even with the pinch D-line for the 1st down. Tony Romo dropping back. We're all over the slant route, but it's a perfectly placed ball to OBJ down to the 4. So now my opponent faces the 2nd and goal. Smart play call there up the middle as we only had a 3 down lineman. We were in the dollar formation there. So my opponent cuts this one to a 1-possession game as he's now down 14-7 after that touchdown. Now my opponent's faced with a 3rd and 5 to start the 3rd quarter off. We forced him, and it's picked off by Antonio Cromartie. Antonio Cromartie's up down the sideline. The lineman will not catch him, and Cromartie will go in for a pick 6 to start the 3rd quarter off as to restore that 2-possession lead with the touchdown. So my opponent, he'll get the ball back right away, and the 2nd and 8 on the 22-yard line, dropping back. The middle is covered, and the sack as we come up the middle with 3 guys there. Dominic and Sue, all of them came up the middle. So he didn't complete 3rd down. 4th and 17, left to punt it to me, and he tried a little pooch kick right to Cromartie, and Cromartie will take this one back to the 17. That must have been like a 5-yard punt there. So now play action pass. He runs past me. Macklin, he'll dive, but is down on the 1-yard line. So we've got a 1st and goal run commit. We throw it to Gronk, and Gronk will get the touchdown in the back of the end zone, putting us up 28-14 early in the 3rd quarter. So now my opponent, with only about 4.5 minutes left and 5.5 left in the whole game, complete this one on the post route to OBJ down to the 45. So he's getting something going right now with the 2nd and 11. He's driving, throwing it up, and Cromartie will come down with this one over top of OBJ. That's why I love the tall corners, because they will go up and get those 50% of the time. My opponent, he decides to quit after that. He's had enough. So we get the win in the first game of this episode. So now moving on to the second one, my opponent's got Brian Finneran, so you'll know he'll want to throw it up top to him a bunch. He's also in the Raiders uniforms there. We're playing at home again in New Jersey in MetLife Stadium. So he got 2nd and 10 on the 35, rolling out, and great pressure there as we should have gone in front of him, but he gets the sack anyway. So 3rd and 24, man coverage, big mistake, and Gronk will beat that as we convert 3rd and 24 down to midfield there. So 1st and 10, we're running the screenplay. Look at that user pick by my opponent Hasn't happened to me yet this year, and I applaud him for that. Great read and great diving interception, and he gets up and returns it to the house for a pick six. And I think that's my first pick six thrown this year as well. So my opponent, he takes the early 7-0 lead off the pick six. So Dre Archer, he's returning this one. Well, bounces one to the opposite side, hit a spin move, and we will go up the sideline. And again, this is a great user by my opponent, not coming after Dre Archer, but slowing him down enough to let his teammates come up and catch him, where most guys would just come right after him. He was smart enough to just strafe back and let his opponent or his teammates come tackle me and hold me from a kick return for a touchdown. So we hit the pass up the seam there, and then we'll go to the pitch out, and Dre Archer will go into the end zone, tying this one up 7-7 in the first quarter. And Denard Robinson's first touchdown on my team there. So play action pass, Vic gets rid of it just in time to, I'm actually not sure who that is, but it's down to the 45. So now Vic dropping back, we're bringing the edge rush. Great audible to the curl route as he gets the first down onto my side of the field. So again, a new set of downs. Vic scrambling up the middle, and Vic's got the speed, and we pop him right here. The ball comes out, and nobody can recover it as my opponent keeps possession of the ball. So now Vic dropping back with 8 seconds left, throwing it up and fingering. That's what you got him on his team to do. Just go up and get those jump balls, 50-50 balls, and get the ball all the time pretty much. And he goes with the pitch out there for the touchdown, putting him up 14-7. First and 10, Eddie Lacy getting the ball right up the middle, untouched. And Eddie Lacy, he will go down to the 30, all the way to the 20, and he will get brought down at the 13-yard line after that huge rush right up the middle, untouched. Just showing you don't always need to bounce it outside. And Mariota will dive into the end zone, gets his first rushing touchdown on my team, tying this ball game up 14-14 early into the second quarter. So this was a high-scoring game. It really was. Both defenses could not stop anything as we get a sack here with Ndamukong Suh right up the middle, forcing him to a 2nd and 18. Great audible to the slant there as Luke Wilson's up the sideline, a fast tight end, and we were having troubles catching him, but finally Reggie Nelson brings him down on the 26-yard line as Vic's 4 for 4, and now he's dropping back, and Suh right up the middle will bring him down for his second sack of the game and second sack of this drive. So 3rd and 20, we're in the dollar formation again, everything covered, and Suh again coming up huge, this time taking him out of field goal range, bringing him to a 4th and 26. So my opponent figures he'll just go for it, throwing it up to Finneran, and Finneran cannot come down with it this time as he had it in his hands, but it gets knocked away by DRC. So we're dropped back, get rid of it just in time as the blitz was coming, and man coverage on Gronkowski with the safety is not smart at all as we got the corner route for a touchdown there, giving us the 21-14 lead heading into half. So starting off the third quarter, play action pass, throwing it up to Finneran, and Finneran will come down with it this time. He's 2 for 3 so far on those deep passes. Now 2nd and inches, way inside my territory. Vic will go right up the middle and slide down on the 15 for a fresh set of downs. We got zones all over the field this time, and everything is covered, but that's what a mobile quarterback helps with, as Vic's able to turn nothing into something, scrambling for 7, then going up the middle to Jonathan Stewart, and Stewart will go in for his second touchdown of the game, tying this one back up early in the third quarter. So we've got 3rd and 9, Gronkowski opened them over the middle, and my opponent, he was trying to use that man coverage a lot in this game, which was not working out for him. As he blitzes here, Mariota onto the outside, jukes back in, 2 guys go down, Mariota's up down the sideline, we try to back juke, does not work, in his second rush, goes for another huge set of yards, and Arian Foster right up the middle for 4 yards, giving us a 1st and goal. Now faced with a 2nd and goal, we'll go with the pitch out, even though my opponent was expecting it. Dre Archer tiptoes his way into the end zone there for his second touchdown of the game, putting us back up 28-21 now. So my opponent 3rd and 3 throws one to Finner, and great pass there as is coming close down to the 2-minute drill. So 3rd and inches, my opponent taking his time to make a correct read, and goes right up the middle to Jonathan Stewart for a 1st down. 2nd and 3, Stewart goes in for his 3rd touchdown of the game. We could not stop Stewart in the red zone as he had a fantasy day, as he, with 3 touchdowns and probably close to 100 yards, did really good. Dre Archer, we need a big kick return out of him here, and we will get exactly that as he gets brought down at the 35 so that cuts our field way shorter for how many yards we have to go. Got the corner out, and again we throw it to Gronkowski. I don't think that was man that time, but he was wide open. 1st and 10 with only 25 seconds left. Man coverage everywhere. We're just going to throw it up, and Marshall goes up and gets that, looking like Brian Finneran and going in for the touchdown with 17 seconds remaining to give us a 7-point lead, 35-28. My opponent, he's got one last chance at this with the 2nd and 10. Got the out and up route, and we will bring him down right as time expires. So the game will end on that note, as this is a huge offensive day. Defenses did nothing. Look at the average yards per play. 13.2 for me and 11.8 for my opponent. And the score. There was, I think, over 50 points scored. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe for more content. Peace.